Okarinashi, welcome back. This time we will talk about Japan's macroeconomic environment.
One of the most pressing problems that Japan faces is its debt. With a government debt to GDP ratio of 243.2%, Japan is the most indebted country in the world. This is primarily driven by the government running deficit budgets equivalent to 8% GDP for the last 5 years.
The main reason is that elderly composition increases from 22% to 26% over the last 5 years. Coupled with shrinking labor force, Japan had difficulties in financing its welfare system due to the lowering tax revenue earned year over year. Over the last 5 years, Japan's welfare spending in US dollar increased by 8.3%, while tax revenue decreased by 36.3%. This is not only due to the declining labor force, but also the recession that the country is facing. How are we going to fix this?
We propose a three-step approach to rejuvenate the Japanese population. First, help youngsters to get into a relationship. Youngsters in Japan have difficulties in finding a partner nowadays. A survey in 2011 found that 55% of unmarried men and women aged 18 to 34 were not in any kind of romantic relationship, a rise of almost 10% from 5 years earlier. Hence, we recommend the government to subsidize matchmaking activities targeted at young people.
Second, encourage couples to get married. Observing a very high marriage cost in Japan of around 3.5 million yen per marriage, the government might want to subsidize part of the cost to allow younger pairs to get married early. When people grow older and progress in their career, they might have less time to start a family. So, anticipating this challenge, we believe early marriage is key to resolve the decreasing birth rate that Japan is continuously facing.
By marrying early, couples would naturally have a higher fertility rate. So here comes our last step: encourage married couples to have more babies. Very few couples consider having more than one baby due to high upbringing costs. The government may want to introduce mortgage rebates to couples with children. This will lower the cost dramatically and incentivize couples to give birth to babies.
So these are the 3 steps to anticipate the lowering birth rate in Japan. The government may expect higher expenses, but according to the macroeconomic model that we have established for Japan, this measure will yield more benefits than cost in the mid to long run.
By helping youngsters find a partner, decreasing the cost to marry, as well as lowering the high upbringing costs, Japan can observe an improvement in its birth rate and hence ease its macroeconomic problems.
So that marks the end of our episode.
Arigato.
Sayonara.